This is a true smart TV gaming, and TCL put all the technologies in it to optimize your console. Although I still can't believe how much I bought it. Digital greetings, for all. I'm your friend Javier Guerrero, and today I'm going to review the new TCL Gaming Smart TV, the C745 from the Game Master series, and I recommend that you stay with the entire video, because later I will tell you how you could take this excellent smart TV directly to your house. The TCL C745 is a smart TV with a 65-inch QLED screen and fold backlighting, which means full array local dimming, and currently, it is the screen that offers the best brightness and contrasts, below the OLED screens, but it is the which is closest to it. I had been keeping track of this smart TV until I found it. So I went to this website, where I found this TCL C745 smart TV that caught my attention due to its great features, and I put it in the shopping cart. Apparently it was 57% off, which seemed like a good deal to me and motivated me to click to buy. Now, I just had to go pick it up. This is the new TCL C745 Smart TV, Game Master Series. This one is 65 inches, but there are 55 and 75-inch versions. When you open the box, you will find the accessory bag with the manual, the power cable and the remote control, the legs that will support the 46 pounds that this smart TV weighs, and the base of the legs, which as you can see is made of plastic, because only it is decorative. To put this smart TV on a table, you will need to assemble its base, and these legs are the ones that will support all the weight. As you see, they are made of thick steel on the inside, although covered in plastic for decoration. They have these plastic covers to hide the cable, and this way it will be a more aesthetic installation. Assembling it is simple, and as you can see, the square base is only decorative, because it is not what supports the weight. This smart TV has a gross weight with everything in box of 57 pounds, so it is appreciated that it is easy to unpack. Furthermore, as you can see, it comes very well protected with foam around its entire periphery. With the help of my mother, I will put it on the table to analyze it better. In addition to the holes for the base, it also has 4 holes for a wall mount. If you have it facing the front, the connection ports are on the right side, and on the left side is the electrical connection. As ports, the TCL C745 has 1 optical digital audio port, 1 analog audio output, 1 analog audio and video input, 2 USB 2.0 ports with half an amp of output current, an antenna connection for digital terrestrial television, 1100 megabit Ethernet LAN port, and 4 HDMI ports, 2 of which are HDMI 2.0B at 4K and 60 Hz. The third is HDMI 2.1 at 4K and 120 Hz, and the last is the HDMI Gaming 2.1 port at 4K and 144 Hz, with VRR technology. Enough connections to connect to everything. After installing the base, you can even trim and hide the power cord for a more aesthetic finish. Now we have it almost ready to test it. This is a 65-inch QLED 4K screen with real fold backlighting, that is, full array local dimming. It has practically no frames, which makes it very elegant, and it arrives with a protective plastic film that I will have the privilege of removing. The remote control is Bluetooth, thin, long and with many functions. It does not integrate a numeric keypad, but it does have voice control, although sometimes you will not need it, because the smart TV itself integrates 4 microphones for the voice assistant. You could say that the TCL Game Master Model C745 is a mid-high range smart TV. Due to the large number of features it integrates, and getting it for less than half the original price was lucky, because days later I saw it again published, but now at $1,170. Its strong points are its large 65-inch screen using QLED technology, its excellent processor powered by artificial intelligence, and, above all, it integrates powerful functions for game consoles, such as ALLM and VRR, which makes it a true gaming smart TV. As for its specifications, it integrates all the latest display technologies, with powerful hardware and large memory capacity, such as its incredible 8 GB of RAM, and it also supports Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos from its processor, which also has an engine dedicated AI for this brand. A smart TV that promises so much, I have to personally spy on it to check it, and although it has a warranty label, I will be careful not to break it to make it count just in case. It has 2 rows of side screws and a row at the bottom. And now we are going to see firsthand how this modern smart TV is built. The lid is plastic and is as big as the smart TV, and here they have the TCL C745 inside. It's a sophisticated piece of engineering, so you have to be careful with static electricity, and that's why I'm doing this without shoes to discharge myself. This is all the technology of this smart TV, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 PCB cards, which give it that power. The power card, as always, is independent and as far away from the processor as possible. To avoid unwanted electromagnetic noise coupling, it integrates ME network filters at the input and with its well-dissipated switching transistors. I see here a good quality card and parts that are easy to replace if any damage occurs. This board generates 2 continuous voltage outputs, one for the fold backlight control and one for the main processor board. This is the motherboard, where the processing brain is and where Google TV runs. This card has 3 main outputs: fold lighting control, video data for the T-Con card and communication with the wireless module, voice assistant microphones and the smart TV's infrared receiver. This card determines a great advance in the new smart LCD TVs. The fold card is responsible for backlighting the entire screen through groups of LEDs, but it does not do so like the old LCD screens that are on all the time. Fold or full array local dimming technology can illuminate the screen in specific areas, and that is why it has several connectors for different areas. The C745 has 120 lighting zones, so you can control the brightness by zone, to achieve better contrast and clarity. The T-Con card is the display controller and is the cause of the largest number of failures in a smart TV. It is a synchronization card that is responsible for translating the video data into RAW scanning to control the lighting of the 8.3 million pixels. Wow! This processor seems to be very powerful, and since I have the smart TV disassembled, I won't be left wanting to know it, so here we go. Removing the heatsink is a critical task since the plastic fasteners could break, but it is nothing to be afraid of. And now yes, I already have this aluminum heatsink out. It does not use thermal paste, but rather a thermal pad, which I will remove carefully so as not to break it. And these are the stars of the TCL C745. The processor is a MediaTek MT9615. But powered by an AI engine designed specifically for TCL. In its specification it says that the 9600 series is ideal for games and movies due to its high bitrate. In addition, it is 64-bit and integrates true Dolby Atmos hardware decoding. Since almost no brand gives the memory data, I like to spy on them, and here I found a pleasant surprise. According to the code of the storage chip, I searched and found that it is a 32 GB flash storage chip. Not bad. And as for the RAM chips, which are 2, I found that they are DDR4 RAM, and according to their code they are 4 GB. So this TCL C745 integrates 8 GB of RAM, and it is the first smart TV I have seen that integrates so much RAM. Perhaps it is because of the high bit rate it handles in game mode. A very respectable hardware, but they won't tell you this in any store. So, if you always watch my videos and you are not subscribed, subscribe now friend. It costs you nothing, and this way you motivate me to continue spying on more smart TVs and demonstrating what they say they have. I think I've earned your subscription, yes or no? Time to put this heatsink back in its place, but we have learned a lot from this smart TV, and now no one will deceive you when purchasing. I also checked the connectivity card, where the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth module is independent, and practically outside the smart TV to achieve better reception. But I want you to see the surprise I found. The flag connector was not closed correctly. It should be flat like these, however, it is half open, so I will proceed to close it myself. Clearly, this could become a potential future failure, and here you realize the failure rate and how I don't lie to you. This has nothing to do with the quality of components, it is just an assembly error, but if it had happened to you and the flag had been released and then failed after the warranty, I can imagine seeing you reject the brand, because of a clueless employee. Anyway, good construction, components updated to 2023 and good integration technology. Now I will only put these VESA mounts on it, and later hang it on my wall. The TCL C745 integrates the Google TV interface, running on the Android TV operating system, and configuring it is very easy and intuitive. You just have to connect the Smart to a Wi-Fi network and enter your Google account. The rest is just following the assistant, and in a couple of minutes you will have Google TV running on this Smart TV. I'll put my PS5 over here to connect in a moment, while I do a little review of the Google TV settings. Within System you can see that the operating system is Android TV 11, and in storage I have 21 GB free for applications. It's basically the standard Google TV settings menu, but enhanced with TCL's own options for its Game Master series, such as its exclusive Game Master function, but which I can't enter, because to use it must detect a console on its HDMI 1 port. A complete video would be needed to review all the options and functions in detail, but I see that it is very complete, with all the image settings and modes, sound settings and modes, Dolby Atmos activation, advanced settings, smart settings, channel tuning, port control, and even an expert mode, to get more out of it. In this TCL C745, Google TV feels and runs super fluid thanks to its 8 GB of RAM. The Play Store has thousands of applications to download and you will see them great on this large QLED screen. A very important aspect of this screen is that it has fold backlighting, and this type of lighting achieves better contrasts and brightness than other types of lighting, since the backlight is not on all the time, but it can be controlled by zones, achieving more precise control of the blacks. Of course, an OLED screen is better when it comes to perfect blacks, but the fold technology of LCD smart TVs is the closest. Now let's see how your wireless Wi-Fi module is doing. With this application, and with my 150 megabit plan, I get a good download and upload rate, so there will be no problems with the content. All my streaming accounts that I buy from Gams Go work very well on this TCL and with all its features because they are premium accounts. But I take the opportunity to answer those who asked me if APKs can be installed on Google TV just like on Android TV, and the answer is a resounding yes. That's obvious, because Google TV is still Android TV, and here I show you with Downloader by downloading and installing the Mojis TV APK, and as you see, this smart TV also works very well with any APK. It goes without saying that it obviously integrates the Chromecast function, so you can duplicate the screen of your cell phone, and as you can see, it does it quite well, and so you can transmit any content from your cell phone or even from your computer from a Chrome browser tab. But not only that, you can duplicate up to 4 cell phones at the same time, in its multi-visual mode. I found this mode great, because you can choose an option, such as television and mobile device, and after connecting your cell phone, the content of both devices will be displayed on the smart TV screen just as you are seeing it here, and the sound that will be played will be from the window you select with the remote control.
¿Vos sabés lo que gana un profesional de la salud en Argentina? Si no lo sé, conozco este tema perfectamente bien. Si tu Smart TV falló, no... Con tu seguro de salud, estamos juntos, Alicia.
Since this is a smart TV gaming, I connected a PlayStation 5 console to it, and as soon as it detected it, it automatically enabled the exclusive Game Master mode. This activates ALLM and VRR gaming technologies that are compatible with new generation consoles, as well as enabling 3 game modes and displaying the game bar. I recommend reading the instructions for these new functions to get the most out of their use. In Game Master mode, 2 bars are displayed, the upper one with information on FPS, HDR and technologies that improve the game, and the bottom bar that integrates a menu of options, such as aiming aid, image modes, shadow levels, HDR control, etc. These bars can be hidden by pressing a key, and you can refer to them again at any time. Without a doubt, the playability is excellent, and the quality of the images is very good, perhaps only surpassed by an OLED smart TV, but QLED technology also has its own thing. On this smart TV you will be able to see all your streaming platforms perfectly well, but this model has been enhanced by TCL to be used with game consoles, hence the name of the Game Master series, since it integrates technologies such as VLLM and VRR. These technologies already exist in the latest generation consoles, and when connected via HDMI, they send a signal to the smart TV, but since not all smart TVs integrate these functions, they simply do not take advantage of them. VLLM means automatic low latency mode. When it is activated and detects a console, it puts the smart TV in game mode. The processor cores will prioritize the response speed and reduce the input lag to 1 or 2 milliseconds, which is very fast. VRR stands for Variable Refresh Rate, and it is very useful since games on a console are dynamic. They do not keep their FPS fixed and are constantly changing. A smart TV with VRR will synchronize its FPS with the FPS of the game in real time. This reduces delay and prevents screen tearing. I am surprised with the excellent performance of this smart TV and also how they raised its price in just a few days, so I consider myself very lucky. But I needed to do a lot of testing, because I didn't want to make such a long and boring video. A new generation smart TV like this is very complex and integrates many functions, and analyzing it in detail in a short video is almost impossible. Therefore, tell me in the comments what tests you would like me to do to this smart TV to consider making its second part. Thank you for making it to the end. Subscribe by tapping that button, because every month I give away a new device for free. But if you trust your luck, you can win other cooler prizes like this smart TV, with Javi's new raffle tech. Help me, and let's democratize technology. Until the next video.